First thing, bro, you cannot let a broad know how you feel right off the bat. Like you opening up your heart to her, spilling your guts, letting her know how much you like her. You know, y'all been watching too many movies, man. That works if you watch the movies, but in real life, man, as soon as you meet a broad and you let her know how much you like her, man, first of all, what are you doing? You're walking up to these broads, letting them know, like, hey, I like you. It don't work, man. She just gonna swerve you. She just gonna keep wasting your time. She just gonna keep making excuses whenever you try to take her out. Yeah, she gonna go out with you for a free meal. Know what I'm saying? You gonna be her meal ticket. Maybe she ain't got nothing to eat for 24 hours, whatever. And now she looking at you like a meal ticket. That's what you're gonna get. And in the end, you ain't getting no box, you ain't getting no play, nothing. You gotta keep you gotta keep her on her toes. Alright? They do not like stuff as a straight line. That's why they like these romance novels and all this, because it keeps them on their toes. She cannot know what you're thinking. She cannot know how much you like her. You feel me? You cannot do that with these bras, man. Maybe 20 years ago you can do that. But with social media, Instagram, Facebook, and all this, it done got to their head. You feel me? It done got to their head that a man's supposed to chase, a man's supposed to, be in touch with his feminine side. First of all, what the hell is that? What is the feminine side? Pillow talking, laying up in there bed with her all day, pillow talking, eating popcorn, watching reruns of Seinfeld and all this. You're supposed to be out here on your grind. Yeah, you can give her some time a day, The only time you should be chatting with the chick, do not be chatting with him on text. The only time you should be chatting with the chick, you're trying to set up something, you're trying to set up a date, you feel me? You're trying to let her know, hey, when we gonna meet, here's when we gonna meet, here's why I'm finna take you out, that's it. Do not be wasting time trying to let her know how much you like her, man. It doesn't work like that, alright? You gotta make her wonder. You gotta make her think, oh, does he like me? You feel me? She gotta be chasing your validation, alright? Second thing, man, do not be chatting with her on text, like I said. Do not be hitting her up all day, all night. She chatting about the weather. She chatting about what's going on in the world. She chatting about, mundane BS. And best believe she gonna sit here and chat with you all day. A broad can sit here, chat with you all day about straight BS, about nothing. And you're gonna think that, oh man, I'm finna get some play in the end of it. No, you ain't, pimp. That's what they good at. They good at wasting time. First thing y'all need to understand, man, they good at wasting time, man. They do not think like men. Man, you be thinking, oh man, how I'm finna get some bread up, how I'm finna set some business up, A man should always only be using social media for business, networking. You trying to get something off the ground, that's it. Do not be using social media to chit chatting with broads, hitting up broads, and do not be using dating apps, man. Do not be using dating apps trying to get out with the chick. It doesn't work. They only out here, hypergamy is real. A lot of you don't want to accept it, but it's real. They just out here looking for the next meal ticket, the next dude who's finna take her out with her funky ass friends on a yacht, the dude who's finna set a party up so they can get drunk and all this. That's what they looking for, man. They ain't looking for something real. You dig? So if you got a broad right now and you're trying to figure out if she like you or not, bro, do not chat with her. Do not try to hit her up, chatting about mundane BS. Just try to set something up off rip. Try to set up a date. If she flake, then you know. You feel me? You just gotta ignore her. Even after you done took her out on a date, Do not be chatting her like, hey, did you reach home safe? You know, oh, are you good? Nah. Do not be asking her, oh, how's the day? Did you have fun? Nah, man. If you got the crib and she hit you up, she like, hey, did you reach home safe and all that? Just be like, yeah, get some rest. That's it. Don't talk about a date, all right? Y'all need to understand, the more you ignore these chicks, the more they're gonna keep chasing you. That you gotta make them chase your validation. That's just facts, man. This ain't the movies. Forget the movies, forget the romance novels, forget all the movies you be watching on Paramount Plus. In the real world, the more you ignore these chicks, the more they're gonna be infatuated with you, alright? So do not sit chatting her, trying to chat with her all day about nothing. And you wonder why she's flaking on you. You wonder why, every time you're trying to invite her out, every time you're trying to take her out, either she shows up late or when she shows up, nothing happens. Y'all just she chatting about her life. She can go on about her life. Her friends. Her gossiping all day about nothing. She can do that with you, but in the end, what you gonna get? Nothing. Always try to keep that tension going. All right. And another thing y'all need to know, bro, with this social media age, broads be getting validation for free. When she log in on Instagram, she getting validated. When she log in on Snapchat, on Facebook, she getting validation. So what you doing trying to give her validation for free out here in the real world? She already getting that from all these simps on the dating apps. You don't gotta line up. It's like y'all trying to line up for these broads just to give out free validation. You know what I'm saying? Like some Oprah type ish. Oh, you get validation here, you get validation there. Don't be going on Instagram. Y'all already know they be posting what y'all call it, thirst traps. And as soon as you see that, you go in her comment section, leaving her emojis. Oh, you so fine, you so beautiful. What you doing, man? Why you lining up? That's why you can't get the bras that you want, because you too busy giving out validation. You're not focusing on your purpose. You're not focusing on yourself. And that's why when you're in the real world, you can't get with that kind of broad. That broad you leaving comments on Instagram, when you see them in the real world, you can't get with her because in your mindset, you already think that she out of your league. You feel me? You can't be thinking like that, man. If you're following any Instagram models, you gotta unfollow that. You gotta stop that. You're supposed to be on your grind. Y'all don't want to hear the truth, man. Y'all just want to live in la la land. Y'all just want to keep thinking like, oh, maybe if I validate her, she gonna get with me. If I let her know how much I like her, she gonna get with me. Nah, it ain't happening. That broad you chasing, Billy, she out here chasing Tyrone. And that's just facts. Because Tyrone ain't validating her. Tyrone ain't giving her his time of day. Anytime he pull up, he just feel lady pop and dip. But you, Billy, you want to lay down with her all day, cuddling, talking about her day. You want to eat popcorn with house slippers on, eating bonbons and all this, talking about everything. That's why you can't get with these bras, man, because you too busy focusing on the wrong thing. You ever wonder, soon as you level up, why these bras, they be chasing you, they be eyeing you, they always trying to be getting with you because they can see that this is a man on his grind. This is a man who got something going on. So I want to get with him so I can get a piece of that. But she ain't gonna get nothing. The only piece she gonna get is down low. That's it. Ain't nothing else. Ain't no Birkin bags, ain't no Gucci bags, ain't no Prada, nothing. That's how you go. I'm just keeping it a buck, man. Do not be chasing broads all day, all night, like you back in junior high, you chasing skirt. You supposed to be out here chasing this paper. They ain't going nowhere, man. They ain't going nowhere. And you better not be teaming up with some cocoa butter. Y'all know what I mean? Y'all just want to lay in bed all day, teaming up with some cocoa butter. You dig? Then as soon as you bust a nut, you're like, all right, I'm good. I don't need no broads. No, you still need to get with some broad, man. You still need to get with, feel something real. But you ain't got to go about it the wrong way, chasing them. If you got any dating apps, you got to delete that. You got to be out here trying to get with somebody in a real way, man. Because best believe, the more you ignore her, it don't matter if she a dime, she a 10 or whatever she is. Y'all heard that saying, it don't matter how high she is, there's somebody out there tired of her BS. And that's real right there. Don't see a broad and be like, oh man, she's so hot. I can wait to get that box. Nah. You just gotta keep it real with yourself. You just gotta be, step up as a man, kick your game, get the number, hit her up later on, be like, hey, so can I take you out? Can I take you somewhere nice? We can get something to eat, whatever. If she flake, you done with it. If she playing games, you text her in the morning, she texts me the next day in the afternoon. Nah, we ain't got time to play no games, man. Soon as she try to flake on you, soon as she try to play them games with you, the mind games, you done. On the next one. Don't waste time on these broads, alright?